Throughout history, tales of heroes and legends have shaped the way we see ourselves and our world. These stories echo across time, inspiring us with their courage, their struggles, and their triumphs. We all know the names of mighty figures, warriors, kings, and demigods, whose deeds have become the stuff of myth. But long before the likes of Hercules lifted his club, or King Arthur drew his sword from the stone, there was another name whispered in the cradle of civilization: Gilgamesh. His journey is not just a story. It is the oldest epic ever written, carved into clay tablets over 4,000 years ago, in the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. 3 millennia before the rise of Rome, before the pyramids echoed with the footsteps of pharaohs, there was Gilgamesh, part mortal, part divine, and the mighty king of Uruk, a city whose walls touched the sky. Gilgamesh was unmatched in strength and wisdom, but his power made him arrogant and harsh. His people suffered under his rule, and their prayers for relief reached the ears of the gods. To teach him humility, the gods created Enkidu, a wild man, born of clay and the wilderness, as untamed as the beasts he ran with. Enkidu was sent to challenge Gilgamesh, to be his equal and his mirror. When they met, the earth shook with their struggle, but instead of remaining enemies, they became the closest of friends, brothers in arms. Together they set out on legendary quests, facing monsters like the fearsome Humbaba, guardian of the cedar forest, and even daring to defy the goddess Ishtar herself. Their adventures were filled with danger and glory, but also with the shadow of fate. For all their might, they could not escape the will of the gods. But all the strength in the world couldn't save Enkidu from death. The loss of his friend shattered Gilgamesh, leaving him to face the one enemy no hero can defeat: mortality itself. Consumed by grief and terrified of his own end, Gilgamesh abandoned his throne and set out on a journey that would take him to the ends of the earth. He wandered through scorching deserts and desolate ruins, searching for the secret to eternal life. He crossed vast wastelands, braved stormy seas, and journeyed to the edge of the world, where the sun rises and the land meets the waters of chaos. There he found Utnapishtim, the only mortal granted immortality, the survivor of a great flood that had once swept away all life. Utnapishtim, moved by Gilgamesh's sorrow, revealed a secret: a magical plant hidden beneath the waters, said to restore youth and grant a second chance at life. Gilgamesh dove into the depths and seized the plant, his heart filled with hope. But as he rested on his journey home, a serpent crept by and stole the plant away, slithering off into the darkness, leaving Gilgamesh with nothing but the bitter taste of loss. Weary and empty-handed, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk. He gazed upon the mighty walls he had built, realizing that his true legacy was not in escaping death, but in the enduring mark he left on his people and his city. Immortality, he learned, belongs to the gods alone. Yet through the words etched into clay, through the stories passed down for generations, Gilgamesh achieved a different kind of eternity, one that lives on in memory and myth. 4,000 years later, we still speak his name. His story, preserved in ancient tablets and echoed in every tale of heroism and loss, reminds us of our own search for meaning in the face of mortality. In the end, it is not immortality, but legacy. Our deeds, our stories, and the love we share that allows us to conquer death. And so, Gilgamesh lives on, eternal in the hearts and minds of all who remember.